In 2016, the heads of IPU and CERN, the European Organization for Nuclear Research, signed a cooperation agreement that aims to facilitate exchanges between the scientific community and parliamentarians and raise parliamentarians' awareness of the importance of science for sustainable development. This was followed by the establishment of the IPU Science for Peace Schools in 2017 to bridge the worlds of science and politics by initiating dialogue and address challenges together under the neutral umbrella of science. The first edition of the Science for Peace Schools was launched jointly by the IPU and CERN in Geneva from 5 to December 9, 2022. 24 participants from all 6 geopolitical groups attended the first session of the IPU Science for Peace Schools. During the Science Diplomacy Week in May 2023, the IPU and ICISE signed a Memorandum of Understanding that aims to bridge the gap between the worlds of science and policy by facilitating exchanges between parliamentarians and the scientific community. This paved the way for the IPU and ICISE to jointly launch the second session of the Science for Peace Schools, held as a parliamentary meeting from 11 to September 13, 2023 in Quy Nhon, Vietnam. 36 participants from all 6 geopolitical groups attended the Science for Peace parliamentary meeting. The meeting included parliamentarians, parliamentary staff, scientists, water experts, researchers and stakeholders from various sectors, as well as the UN Water Convention Secretariat. The participants engaged in constructive dialogue, knowledge exchange and partnership building with a view to developing effective strategies and policies. Participants included the heads of the IPU committees, including the chair of the IPU Working Group on Science and Technology and the president of the Committee on Middle East Questions, as the Science for Peace Schools project is led by the 2 IPU bodies. This marked the first opportunity for the heads of the IPU governing bodies to meet and collaborate together, thus breaking the silos between the governing bodies and supporting the strategic objectives of the IPU 2022 to 2026 strategy. The objectives of the meeting encompass the first and fourth strategic objectives of the IPU 2022 to 2026 strategy, building effective and empowered parliaments and catalyzing collective parliamentary action. The target of the Science for Peace parliamentary meeting is to bring science and some of its collaboration and operational models closer to legislators tasked with solving regional problems on pivotal transboundary issues. Working under the neutral umbrella of science, parliamentarians and parliamentary staff were offered capacity building and empowerment training on evidence-based decision-making. All of the participants stayed together and were fully immersed in the daily life of ICISE during the duration of the meeting. Discussions between parliamentarians and experts took place also during long walks in the gardens of the ICISE and other group social activities. Surrounded by nature and the spectacular view on the beach and the nearby mountains, they enjoyed a comfortable environment for discussions outside of the busy and intense IPU assemblies. The participants attended 3 days of lectures, panel discussions and case studies on the theme of water security and insecurity, rebuilding peaceful coexistence with science. The curriculum was designed based on a human rights approach, ensuring a comprehensive understanding of the science of security and peace, and the application of fundamental science supporting water security and insecurity for the promotion of peace. The purpose of the parliamentary meeting was to build on the first report on the Science for Peace Schools, serving as a reference for legislative good practices and model legislations on harnessing technologies for monitoring and exploring new water resources. The recommendations included urging accession to the UN Water Convention, establishing a parliamentary network on water, and a legislative database on water legislations in collaboration with the UN. The outcomes of the Science for Peace parliamentary meeting were presented at the parliamentary meeting on the occasion of the 10th World Water Forum held in May 2024 in Bali, Indonesia, and adopted by members of parliament in the Nusa Dua Kaming, opening doors for further collaboration with the World Water Council and the UN Water Convention. In 2024, the IPU reinforced its commitment to fostering international collaboration by signing cooperation agreements with the Institute for Economics and Peace and the King Hamad Global Center for Peaceful Coexistence, underscoring the IPU's commitment to promoting evidence-based decision-making and fostering constructive dialogue among diverse stakeholders, all in pursuit of sustainable peace. This will pave the way to holding the second edition of the Science for Peace Schools in 2025 on ethics in relation to science and artificial intelligence, in 2 separate sessions for parliamentary staff in Sesame, Jordan, in May 2025, and for parliamentarians in ICISE, Vietnam, in September 2025. Together, through harnessing the potential of science, we are not just building knowledge, but also fostering a future where peaceful coexistence thrives among nations.